Hello, creative friends. Listen, I have been on the internet since there was an internet. Don't do the math on that, okay? We don't have to do that. But I've been on the internet a long time, and that means that I experienced being a child on the internet, which meant something extremely different than it does now. So let me take you back to the year 2004. If you were born then, or if you remember then, there was a little site that was very popular amongst my elementary school cohorts called Neopets.com. You probably have heard of it. Oh my god, I'm missing a nail. Okay, don't look at my hands. And as a child on Neopets, I had beloved Neopets. I would get to spend my one computer hour a day in the family computer room on our huge computer that took up most of the computer room, ergo needing one. And I just loved it. I was a Neopets kid, and I won an art contest. This was very exciting for me. And as I was sort of just doing some year-end goals here, I was reflecting back on my own art journey, and it really started with Neopets. So picture this. It's me, a small child. I have drawn a Neopet, and I want to submit it to the Neopets art contest. That involves scanning a document. I believe I had my dad take the picture to work and use the work scanner there because you don't have a scanner at home in these days. And then I got the file back on a floppy disk, and I put that floppy disk in my computer and was able to email. I must have emailed. Maybe my mom emailed. I don't know maybe I just uploaded it. Honestly, I don't even know. Somehow I got this picture of Neopets and I won a little trophy. And I was so proud because on my Neopets profile, which I can't access because I tried, and you need to have a Neopets account, and I didn't go that far for this video, but the profile must still be up there. Anyways, I had an art trophy on it, and it made me very proud. So fast forward to the year 2024, and I'm like, where'd that go? Is that still out there? The answer is yes, it is. My Neopets art creation still exists on the internet. I was able to find it. Now let me just, for context, Neopets art contests are numbered. So it's like there's number 1 to the current one. The current one is 3,500 or something like that. I don't know how often they do them. I was in the round that was contest 75. It was January 12th, 2004 that I won this art contest. Anyways, I thought it would be funny to look at this picture that I drew when I was young. Actually, that's a lot older than I thought I was going to be in this story. Maybe it's possible that the date on the file I took off the website is when they updated it. I don't know. My goal, we are going to recreate my award-winning Neopets art piece today in this video, and that's going to involve a little bit of research. So without further ado, we're going to look at the piece that I made, then we're going to find out what on earth this Neopet is, because I do not know. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research to be able to tell you what it is, and then we're going to try and draw it again and do better. Or not better, just do modern. Okay, now I'm on my computer and I'm just gonna pull up the picture. Here it is. Now the resolution on this, crisp, it looks good. I love pudding. I don't actually love pudding. Okay, let's talk about medium and technique first of all. I believe this was colored pencil outlined in permanent marker, probably on printer paper. May have been some marker in there as well. And so the object with the object in the middle is a Christmas pudding. I believe. I think my intuition is telling me there was a Neopets item that looked like this that was labeled as a pudding. So that's probably what it is. I don't like puddings. I'm not interested in anything labeled a pudding, wet or baked. And as for this Neopet, now I was a little bit perplexed by this because I don't remember having this Neopet. I was very into dogs, so I only got anything that looked like a dog, basically. So I did a little bit of research to try and find out which Neopet this was, and it turns out it's not a Neopet. It's a pet, which is a pet for your Neopet. And there was a lot more of those than there are just Neopets. I found, this is a screenshot off of the website, and I believe it was this one called Babyka. Doesn't look a ton like my picture, but it's got 3 tails and it's pink, and big eyelashes, which clearly I latched onto. So I'm very happy to have found it. Now, the downside is I have Googled Babyka and found literally nothing. There's no other graphics of this creature, so I don't have any other reference photos. I literally have this small picture that I've had to, I'm gonna have to zoom in on in order to figure out how to draw. I'm gonna, just as a little bit of a review for myself, I think I did pretty good. I mean, I got the 3 tails, I got the little fold at the back of the tail, I got that figured out. The eyes are not even. Why did I do the eyes so bad and different? Anyways, I like that I took some creative liberty with the expression. And the ears, you know, I was getting somewhere with this. So I think I'm gonna go over to my iPad, maybe pop both these pictures in as reference images, and just see what I can do vis-a-vis I Love Pudding. Okay, so I have to film right here on my desk rather than at my filming table because the old iPad was at 19%. Okay. Onto our project. I have the pictures up on my computer in front of me, but I'll pop them maybe in the corner of the screen just so you can also see what I'm trying to do. I think that I'm going to just use my usual brushes for this. I use the 6B pencil and the soft pastel as my main 2 brushes, like all the time. They come with Procreate. They're nothing fancy. And I think I'm gonna do just a base sketch and then I'll do line art on top of it, then color it in. I'm gonna start with the creature and then the pet. I'm gonna do that and then I'll draw the pudding after. So essentially we have like a potato shape. It's sort of round, but then it has like a little divot, like a little cheek in there. Like, kind of like that. I'm trying to do this a little bit in my art style. I mean, at the end it will because the brushes always end up making it look like my style, but it's got toes. Okay, so that's kind of like its little body. It has ears like a fox, kind of. So we've got 2 big ears. It's kind of like a big, you know, like Pete from Goofy, like the Disney guy Pete, kind of a face like that. Before I do the face, I want to do all the tails. Now that I'm actually like drawing this, I feel like I actually did a better job as a child than I think I did. Because drawing ribbons, which is basically what these tails are styled like, is actually very difficult. It's almost like not a heart shape, but like the bottom of a, actually it is kind of heart shaped. Okay, well I think we're actually getting somewhere. I think it's the face that throws me off on this thing, because the details of it are cute. It's like a little coquette, right? Like it's charming. But then it's got this grim little face. The face on the official drawing and the one I drew are quite different. I'm gonna try and have to find a middle ground because this thing, like, does it have facial? Yeah, it kind of has facial planes. So it's sort of like, okay, we've got a nose in the middle. Got that figured out. A frightening visage. Okay. No offense to whichever Neopets artist created this. I mean, it's great for what it is. It's just, I won a contest drawing this thing, so I'm not gonna win it again, I'll tell you that. Add a new layer, and I'm going to start with the peach color. Now, like I said, we can do some line art, and then we'll do the coloring, and then we'll do details. Now, I think I'm just gonna speed through it because this is not, like, at this point we've done the investigation together. I'm just gonna fast forward or speed up the drawing as I do this, but yeah, let's just get through this part. There, that looks a little bit more proportional. Okay, so that's basically the line art for the critter. Let's color this in. I'm going to just do it in a couple different layers, playing back and forth with the line art layer to add some definition, and yeah. You know, when I was doing research for this video, I actually was cruising around through like the current Neopets art contests, and I was expecting to see a lot of like really clean digital art because obviously the tools for creating digital art has changed a lot since back in the day when I was entering Neopets contests. But I was very pleased to see that there was still a lot of like honest kids art, like just stuff they had clearly drawn and their parents had photographed or scanned for them. that made me really happy. I don't know. I guess I just thought it was going to be something that it wasn't anymore. I don't know. I had this impression that the youth of the things from my childhood were no longer extant, or at least didn't look the same as they used to. But no, they're still kids just drawing weird little animals on printer paper with markers. It made me really happy. Not to turn this video, which is meant to be kind of funny and cute, into something sappy, but if the little me that drew this original picture could see my life now, I would have been so excited. Because, I mean, not that YouTube was a thing back then, but I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be a filmmaker or have a TV show. Like, I just watched a lot of programming. I watched a lot of variety shows, and like Art Attack was one of my favorite shows, if you know that one. So the idea of like, now I just make art and also videos about it every day, that would absolutely blow my mind, I think. I would have been very excited about the future. The face is kind of freaking me out. I need to do something about it. I'll add some highlights to the eyes. I think I'm going to do some shading just to add some dimension. Yeah, my original was quite shading heavy, so I'm going to grab that darker pink. I'm going to, where's my pink layer? There it is. I'm going to make a clipping mask, and just with that same, what brush is it? Soft pastel. I'm going to add some shadows, some shading. I'm sort of just imitating where the shading is on the original. I'm going to outline it after all, because I think that's going to help with some of the weirdness that's going on. Grabbing my pencil, and yeah, let's just try and add some definition to this thing. Is this good? Did I do a bad job with this mouth? Is that too freaky and gummy with it pink? I hate that I'm over focusing on this because I feel like now I'm going to be looking at it like it's... Okay, this is honestly quite wretched. The face is truly the worst part of it. Could I redo it? Yes, let's redo the face because I hate it so much. That's so much worse. Okay. But maybe this is something to work from. Okay, so first thing is that long nose wasn't giving cute. It was giving character from the Goofy movie. So I think we're gonna give it a little nose. Yeah, I can color into that because generally when you reduce the distance between the mouth and the nose, it increases the cuteness. It's science. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. This is starting to actually look better and I'm not hating that mouth I drew, even though it's really weird and lumpy. Let's try and fix that up. So now we need to do some eyes with eyelashes. It has to have the lashes because that was kind of a big part of the character design. Eyes down here, which are funny. I could do bigger eyes, which are a little creepy, but more in line with the style that I draw. So let's just go with this and see if I can make it cute somehow. Because my style has like some whites around the eyes. Okay, it's funnier looking. That's kind of why I always do this. I think these eyes look really funny. And then we need those big black lashes. Okay, that's, I think, much more acceptable. It also had a little chin in the original art. So let's give him a little chin there. And then we have those peach colored features, which I could actually spin into eyebrows. Okay, that's something. And then it had the little dots below. Cute. Okay, now this is something. Actually, I think the face is the best part of it now by far. All right, that's cool. I'm fine with that. We are really getting somewhere. I think I'm going to just add some black outline to this section. I wish I could take this cute face I drew and put it on something else. See, this is it. When you're drawing something and you're trying to copy something else's style and it's not working, sometimes you have to erase it and just do it in your style right on top. All right, you know what? Let's call that good. And let's draw the pudding. I'm gonna delete some of these working layers. So the pudding, I think I'm just doing a basic Christmas pudding. I'm actually not gonna change this a ton because I think I knew what I was doing with this pudding. I think I got it in one. All right. I'm just doing this pudding in one layer. I'm not gonna, it's not as complicated as the critter, so I'm just gonna do it all in one. All right, there's the pudding base. Let's add a clipping mask layer over it and add some dimension. Go a little bit darker, bigger brush. And I think I'm gonna add, like the original one has some like purple undertones. So I might just add like a little light purple shading. Kind of ties it back to the critter a little bit. And now let's just reposition them a little bit. We have this guy in there, the pudding overlapping. It's kind of a shame because that's the definition, but you know what, we're recreating it. But let's add some of the background and the flavor that my little artist self drew. So there was a heart here. Okay, and we had a background. Okay, a subtle difference. And then let's add the text. So I love pudding, and I love the color choices here. We have some blue, yellow, green, and of course the red heart. So let's go for our 6B pencil, crank it up to max. I am of course freehanding this lettering because that is exactly what I did in the original. And then for green, sort of a forest green. All right, now let's just rearrange that a little bit. And there we go. I would say this is a job well done. I have recreated this Neopet picture. Without the pudding, honestly, I think it's kind of funny. It's kind of cute. But I had a ton of fun drawing this, weird as it may be. Look at this face. Like truly the face of chaos. It's so funny. Maybe I should have worked harder on the pudding, but I think it's true to the spirit of the original, which is I put all the detail in the face and very little in everything else, except the lettering, which took me a lot longer back then than it did now. All right, I kind of forgot to film an outro for this video, but basically here's the two pictures that I made with like 20 plus years in between them of artistic skill. Not sure that things have gotten better with time. Honestly, I really like the first one. But hey, we are our harshest critics, and that stays true even now. And I think actually, if I remember back, I might have touched up this scanned photo using like Microsoft Paint. I think that's why the two eyes look so different and weird. Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching this and maybe it was funny or instructive. I don't think anyone's going to learn anything from this, but I could be wrong. And I hope you enjoyed. Stick around and subscribe if you want to see more cool content from me. It's not going to be any more Neopet stuff as far as I'm aware, but I do like making art. Better art than this. This was just an exercise in nostalgia. All right, have a great day. I love you. Goodbye.